The goals of the grant are to target violent gang and gun offenders, to strengthen the relationship between Saginaw Police and the youth in Saginaw. So critically important right now, as we have seen in other communities across the country. When you don't have a trusting relationship between police and community members, it is a very dry forest that can be ignited with a spark. And so we want to have a healthy relationship between police and youth, and so this grant goes to doing that. Part of it is to research and identify the factors that lead to gun and gang violence in Saginaw. Developing a strategy to identify and assist at-risk families, and then to link services, to figure out who needs the services, what services do they need, and provide those services to families. And some of them here are going to include parenting classes, job training, transportation. That can be such an obstacle for success and employment, and employment assistance. It isn't just throwing money at law enforcement. That's some of it, funding for overtime for officers who have a good plan, but it involves strategic planning, it involves a research partner, it requires outreach and prevention, it requires training, and it requires accountability and community outreach. All of those components are really important to reducing crime. We know that arresting and locking people up is important. If someone has been killed or someone is dangerous, those offenders need to be removed from our streets. But to have sustained long-term crime reduction, we also really need to provide the services that our neighborhoods need to lift them up, to give them good alternatives to avoid a life of crime. We know that poverty, unemployment, and hopelessness is what leads to a life of crime. And so if we can help lift those people up to give them the services they need, the hope is to prevent other crimes from occurring in the first place. And